May of 2025 was the first month that ChatGPT referred more than 100,000 users to our website. That's right, more than 100,000 users from ChatGPT, a chatbot, not from Google or Bing or TikTok, but actually from generative AI. While the news reports make it seem like doom and gloom for webmasters, chatbots actually have a huge opportunity for webmasters to acquire new users if you can master generative engine optimization, or getting your website or your service or product to show up and be recommended by LLMs. I'm a small business owner of a website that relies on SEO for acquisition. We have focused on SEO for years, but this year we noticed a shift, which is that we had a new referrer that was sending us a lot of traffic, and that referrer was ChatGPT. We started taking notice of this and paying attention to how we could increase traffic coming from ChatGPT. Our maximum search referral day was May 27th. On that day, we had more than 4,200 users who were referred to our website from ChatGPT. Since then, I've gone down a massive rabbit hole of academic papers, joining WhatsApp groups about GEO, trying to talk to SEO experts about how this field is changing. I'm going to explain to you what we have done to increase referral traffic from ChatGPT and how you can do the same. GEO stands for Generative Engine Optimization. It's a brand new framework for optimizing your website for AI-powered generative engines like ChatGPT, Perplexity, and even Google's generative search experience, their AI mode. The traditional SEO is about keywords, backlinks, and page loading speed. GEO is about making your content more citable, more quotable, and more usable by LLMs so that you are cited as a source and then get people to click through to your website. You also can be recommended as a brand and as a product by the LLMs themselves. A team of researchers published a landmark paper on GEO, which is how I came up with this term. I've linked that paper in the description of this video. I'm publishing content about GEO on this channel if you want to follow along. Given everything I've learned about GEO, I want to give you 6 practical tips that you can use to increase your website traffic coming from ChatGPT. So if you want your product or service to be recommended by LLMs, this video is a great starting place. 1. Structure your content around questions. Chatbots love the question and answer format. So using H2 or H3 text with phrasing like, how do I blank? Or what's the difference between this and this? Or why is this important? These mirror natural language queries, and they help your content to get pulled into conversational answers because they state their position and state the relevance to that question directly. 2, include specific statistics. One of our top performing GEO strategies is statistics addition. We put in numbers that anchor our authority. So instead of saying things like most users prefer videos with subtitles, we instead cite a specific data point around that, like HubSpot's 2025 study shows that 72% of viewers report higher engagement when videos have subtitles, for example. 3, cite authoritative sources. Chatbots need to ground their responses. They look for reliable data, statistics or .gov sites or academic journals. Make it easier for LLMs to quote you confidently. It all increases your credibility on Google search, which then also helps you to show up in LLMs. 4, add content from your own users and encourage your customers to talk about you. Using quotes from users can help you to expand the language space that your team uses to describe your product. Ask users to, in a direct, punchy sentence to describe how they're using your product. That can really seem more trustworthy than sort of like AI generated text on page. So use UGC to enrich your content. 5th, use rich and domain specific keywords. GEO emphasizes semantically rich and relevant language. So you want to think about what phrases are people using in your industry that is at the cutting edge that not that many people talk about. So for example, we are talking about like phenom alignment because in the localization industry know about phenom alignment. Do the same thing for your product space. 6th, prepare for multimodal. In 2025, all major AI companies are moving towards multimodal, meaning that they're not just reading text, but they're also ingesting and referencing images and videos. If your product is being reviewed on video or your team is sharing in-depth tutorials, those assets can really boost your credibility in generative responses. You're much more likely to be cited for commercial queries if you have a voice in the audio-visual corpus. Now is a really good time to invest in long-form video content, thought leadership that actually does position you as an authoritative entity in the language space, and that increases your visibility in LLMs, who are now key influencers in buying decisions. Those are my 6 strategies. Search is evolving. Users are no longer just clicking the 10 blue links. They're getting full answers instantly with citations and references to products and to brands. If you want your content to really survive and thrive in this world, you need to optimize for generative engines too. I'll be sharing more as we adapt our content strategy to GEO, so subscribe to this channel and to my blog if you want to future-proof your content. I've also linked that original GEO paper here below, so if you want to go deeper, you can read it, full of golden nuggets. If you're a SaaS marketer or a founder, comment below. I would love to compare notes, chat with you. Let's build a better knowledge base about GEO and how it works for the future.